When life knocks you down, when the world turns its back, when your dreams seem unreachable, remember this: you are always one more try away from your breakthrough. Success doesn't come to those who quit, it comes to those who dare to try one more time. You see, every great story you've ever heard started with failure. Every champion you admire once stood on the edge of giving up, but they didn't. They looked at the pain, the rejection, the defeat, and said, "I'll go again." Because sometimes that one last attempt is the one that changes everything. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before creating the light bulb. When asked how it felt to fail that many times, he said, "I didn't fail. I just found thousands of ways that didn't work." That's the mindset of a winner. Winners don't see failure as the end. They see it as feedback. They understand that each setback is a setup for a stronger comeback. Life will test you. It will push you to your breaking point. It will whisper in your ear, "It's over. You've done enough." But that's the voice of fear, not faith. The truth is, as long as you have breath in your body, you have another chance to fight, to grow, to win. One more time could be the moment everything changes. When your body says, "I'm tired," tell it, "Give me one more rep." When your mind says, "I can't," tell it, "Watch me." When your heart says, "I've had enough," remind it of your purpose. Remind it why you started. The difference between failure and success is often just one more try, one more phone call, one more audition, one more late night of studying, one more morning of getting up when you'd rather sleep. That's how champions are made, not in comfort, but in persistence. It's easy to give up when no one's watching, when no one believes in you. But that's when your character is built. That's when your strength is forged. The universe rewards the ones who refuse to quit. Because resilience is power. Grit is power. The will to go one more time. That's the power that moves mountains. So, whatever it is you're fighting for, your dream, your health, your peace, your family, don't stop now. You've come too far to only come this far. You're not done yet. You still have one more push in you, one more effort, one more day to rise again. Remember, storms don't last forever, and neither does pain. But regret lasts a lifetime. Don't let the fear of failing one more time stop you from discovering how close you are to victory. So stand up, straighten your back, and take that one more step. Because your breakthrough, your reward, your moment of glory, it's waiting for you just beyond your next try. One more effort can change everything. It sounds simple, but it carries the power to transform your entire life. When you feel like you've reached your limit, when your strength is gone and your hope is fading, that's the exact moment when one more effort can make the difference between failure and victory. Most people give up not because they can't go on, but because they believe their effort won't matter. But the truth is, it always matters. Every small act of persistence, every extra ounce of effort, every time you push through exhaustion, it all adds up to something extraordinary. Think about how many people in history achieved greatness, not because they were the smartest or the most talented, but because they refused to quit. They kept trying, failing, learning, and rising again. They didn't stop when the door closed. They knocked again, louder, harder, with more belief. That is the difference between those who dream and those who achieve. Success doesn't belong to those who start strong. It belongs to those who finish, no matter how many times they have to start over. When you give one more effort, you send a message to life itself. You tell the universe, "I'm not done yet." That kind of determination attracts miracles. It moves unseen forces in your favor, because persistence has energy, and energy creates momentum. The moment you decide to try again, no matter how tired or discouraged you are, something shifts inside you. You reignite the fire of belief. You awaken the strength that was sleeping within you. There will be times when everything in you screams to stop. Your mind will say it's too hard. Your body will say it's too painful. And your heart will whisper that it's hopeless. But that's the test. That's the moment when one more effort counts the most. Champions are not made when everything is easy. They are made in moments of struggle, in moments when giving up feels like the only option. What separates the strong from the weak, the winners from the quitters, is the decision to take one more step, even when it hurts. One more effort doesn't have to be a grand gesture. Sometimes it's simply showing up again after a failure. Sometimes it's getting out of bed when life feels heavy. Sometimes it's sending that one last message, making that one last call, or giving your best one more time. Because that small act can change everything. You never know how close you are to success. You might be just one step away from your breakthrough, one decision away from your dream becoming reality. When you choose to give one more effort, you choose growth over comfort. You choose resilience over fear. And most importantly, you choose faith over doubt. That decision changes who you are. Every time you push beyond your limit, you become stronger, wiser, and more capable. You build the character that can handle greatness. So when the world tells you it's over, whisper back, "Not yet." When failure stares you in the face, smile and say, "Watch me try again." Because no matter how dark it gets, there's always a light waiting for those who refuse to stop searching. The difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who don't isn't luck. It's endurance. One more effort can be the turning point. One more push can create the breakthrough you've been waiting for. Don't quit when you're tired. Quit when you're done. Keep going one more time, one more step, one more breath. Because your victory might be waiting just beyond that final effort. Persistence is the path to breakthrough. It is the force that transforms failure into success, doubt into confidence, and dreams into reality. Every great achievement in history was born not from perfection, but from perseverance. Those who rise above the rest are not the ones who never fall. They are the ones who never stop getting back up. Persistence means showing up even when everything in you wants to quit. It means holding the vision when the results are invisible and believing in your potential when no one else does. In life, the road to greatness is never straight or easy. It's filled with turns, dead ends, and detours. There will be moments when you question your purpose, when your strength feels exhausted, and your passion seems to fade. But in those moments, persistence is your greatest weapon. Every setback is not a sign of defeat. It's a signal that you're being refined, prepared, and strengthened for something greater. The truth is, no dream ever came alive without resistance. The struggle is the training ground for champions. Think of a seed buried deep in the soil. It faces pressure, darkness, and isolation before it ever sees the light. But the seed doesn't stop growing just because it can't see the sun. It pushes through the dirt, fights through the weight, and breaks the surface because it's built to rise. You are the same. Your pain, your failures, your disappointments, they're not there to bury you. They're there to build you. Persistence gives you the strength to push through the soil of your struggle until your potential blooms. Every time you fall and rise again, you become stronger. Every failure teaches you something new, something valuable that success alone could never teach. Persistence is not about never feeling tired or discouraged. It's about continuing despite those feelings. It's saying, I will try one more time. I will not let this moment define me. You see, the difference between people who succeed and those who give up isn't talent. It's determination. Talent can open doors, but only persistence keeps them open. When you commit to persistence, you start to build a mindset that cannot be shaken by failure. You understand that losing once doesn't make you a loser, and falling short doesn't make you weak. What truly defines you is what you do after you fail. The ones who persist are the ones who turn pain into power and rejection into redirection. Every great inventor, athlete, and leader has faced countless failures before finding success. They all shared one thing in common: the decision to keep going. There will always be voices that tell you it's time to give up, that you've tried enough, that it's not worth it. But persistence means listening to a louder voice within. The one that whispers, keep going, your time is coming. The most beautiful part of persistence is that it compounds. Each effort builds upon the last, and eventually, all those small steps create unstoppable momentum. What once seemed impossible becomes inevitable. So don't let a temporary defeat make you forget your ultimate goal. Don't let fear silence your faith. When the world says no, persistence says, try again. The moment you refuse to quit is the moment life begins to move in your favor. Breakthroughs don't happen by chance. They happen when you refuse to stop climbing, no matter how steep the mountain. You have the strength to overcome every obstacle in your way. You just have to persist long enough to see what's on the other side of the struggle. Keep going, one more step, one more try, one more day. Because persistence is, and always will be, the path to your breakthrough.